Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Hyperdrive. It's me, the guy that was on last time. Funny how I'm back because I own the podcast. And I'm back with... What? What are you laughing at?
No, they continue. Please, I'm not here yet.
I am the majority shareholder in this podcast that is worth right now nothing.
I mean, you're not wrong, yeah.
Wow, that's just thanks. God damn, okay. The roles are reversed today, so episode 2 with Ceridwyn. Hoping that my recording works, and you can actually see video this time, kind of, in the form of a slideshow. We're going to find out.
One. I made a slideshow.
Yeah.
Listen. It's mostly just picture references, so you can see what I'm talking about.
That's fine. But picture references are good. Yeah, that's fine. That's totally cool. So if you are watching on YouTube, or hopefully I can get the video on Spotify to work, so hopefully Spotify, but YouTube for sure. Hopefully you are watching a slideshow with my bar at the bottom because it doesn't want to go away.
Mm-hmm.
So that's fine. You can just see what things I frequently go into, like Minecraft, the Xbox.
You literally have Minecraft up right now.
I do. I was playing Minecraft before I went and got the food. But anyway, today we're exploring, instead of my random crap, your thing, fixation thing.
Yeah.
Which is internet drama, which I didn't fully realize before I signed up for this.
Yeah, okay, listen. So, before we get into this, I didn't do any extra extensive research.
Right.
This is just what I do in my spare time.
So get in the comments and tell her how she got everything wrong.
Yeah, okay, listen. I also listen if I get anything wrong or slightly incorrect. This is all alleged. We're not, I'm not saying any of this is actually happening. This is just what's around the internet, okay?
This is all for the purposes of entertainment, and none of it is
I have a
correct.
Disclaimer in the
Do you actually have a disclaimer?
Yeah, I do!
Okay, let's see this.
Okay. So, first of all, I said first of all 5 times. 15th of all, I tried to make the slideshow as corny as possible. Like early 2000s in class making a slideshow for school.
Yeah, I want to feel like I'm in 5th grade learning about volcanoes for the first time from some kid named Chad.
Yeah, so that's what we're going for.
Awesome.
I tried. Okay, so internet drama. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh wait. Oh no. There we go. Okay, so I picked 3 topics to talk about today.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that how you spell Ballinger?
Yeah.
I thought it was an E.
No, it's Ballinger. I double-checked.
Okay. Oh, I believe you.
So it's Colleen Ballinger.
Yes. Ruby
Frankie, a.k.a. the 8 Passengers family.
Okay.
And then I thought...
She looks like she berates Walmart cashiers for no reason.
Yeah. And then JoJo Siwa.
Okay, that one I know.
Okay, how much do you know about each of these?
I know Colleen Ballinger, talked to some kids or something.
Okay, yeah.
And then she made the apology video with the ukulele thing. That's just iconic.
It's really funny, yeah.
And just, wow, the gossip train. Anyway.
The gossip train.
I don't know anything about the 8 Passengers Ruby Frankie thing.
It's crazy.
I vaguely know bits of it that hit, that went viral, the kid that went to the neighbor or whatever.
Yeah, that's the very end of
and there was one other thing that went viral that was big with them, I remember, but I didn't know it was them. I didn't know that was what it was. I thought it was something you remember that guy in New York 10 years ago that had people in his house? I thought it was related to that. So I had no idea who the hell these people are.
I don't know what you're talking about, but okay. And then JoJo Siwa. Do you know much about JoJo?
I know she had she was on a TV show that wasn't a Toddlers in Tiara, but essentially was that.
Yeah.
And then she managed to spin that off into internet fame because she got honestly, I think she just got lucky because she's nuts. I know her mom is her manager and PR team and stuff, and she's shit and should be fired.
Probably.
And she apparently invented gay pop and aggressively humped somebody during a music video.
Yeah, you've got some for sure. Okay, so that's what we're kind of going.
Also, why is she dressed up like Kiss? In that
picture? Well, that's a part of the whole drama.
She actually. Wait, am I on the ball? There?
Well, no. So
okay, I was did Kiss the band come out and yell at her?
No, but you're gonna learn so much. I also spelled JoJo's name. I didn't add a capital J to the second J, and I apologize for everybody who's gonna yell at me.
I mean, it's fine. It's not Jojo Rabbit, so it's whatever.
Okay, look, I did put a disclaimer.
Oh my god, all the stuff we are going to talk about during this podcast is alleged. Not everything in this episode is confirmed to have actually happened.
Yeah.
This is for entertainment purposes only.
See? I did, like, the whole internet thing and, like,
we were advised by our legal team, which is our two birds, that we had to do this.
The bird said that we had to add a disclaimer. Yeah. They told me when I was making it.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, so...
They are very vocal.
Yeah, so the first one I'm going to talk about is Colleen Ballinger, okay?
She looks so...
She looks crazy.
She just looks so deadpan, like, she's just done with all this.
Did you actually watch the apology video?
I watched some of it. But
it is a 10-minute video. It's
I watched
crazy.
The first couple minutes where she got into her chorus about the gossip train thing.
The toxic gossip train.
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you, other than that I got bored. So I was like, I don't care.
It's crazy.
You're a terrible person that I never watched anyway, so I will continue to just not support what you do.
I watched it once, and then I just kept watching it on TikTok from people stealing clips, and then I didn't give her any money.
Yeah, that's mostly where I saw it. I didn't give her any money either because the time that this came out, I still had an ad block because YouTube still kind of allowed for that.
Oh yeah.
So I didn't give her any money. Like that was a point where I unblocked creators I liked and everybody else. Sorry, I guess.
Yeah.
But,
okay, so we're gonna get into Colleen Ballinger. Okay,
cool. Yes.
I'm gonna start talking. I also spelled Ballinger wrong in this one. I listened. You can't come after me for my spelling.
See, we're not talking about that Colleen Ballinger, so her lawyers can't sue us. That's why it was purposely misspelled.
Okay, I'm gonna start talking.
Okay.
Stop me at any point if you have questions.
Sure,
okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is Colleen.
Hello.
Colleen also did the Miranda.
Oh, she's that person.
So that's that person.
Okay,
yeah. So Colleen has been on the internet for who knows how long.
A long time.
Very long time. So Colleen started the character Miranda, was on YouTube, did tours all over the place. She had
Miranda sings, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, she did a TV show with Netflix.
Was she the one that had the talk show?
Maybe?
Because there was a female-led talk show that was a YouTuber personality for a while. I don't know if it was her or not.
I think you're talking about Lily Singh.
That's who I'm thinking about.
Yeah, that's another whole other thing, and we don't want to. We are not going to get into Superwoman here.
That's the Singhs. I think is what threw me off there. Okay, cool. All right,
yeah.
Continue.
So yes. Colleen and Miranda, they're the same person. They've been doing all kinds of stuff together. Miranda sings is a very big thing on the internet, right?
Hannah Montana.
Yeah, it's that kind of thing. Okay, so Colleen was married to Josh. This is Josh.
He's a handsome fellow.
Yeah, they were the internet's biggest couple back in the day.
It's a very cute
Everybody was right. They looked very happy. So they were together for a long time, and then essentially Colleen posted a video about how they were getting divorced.
Oh, that's awful.
They didn't really get into it, and then Josh just kind of fell off the face of the internet.
I mean, you know what? Oh, the dog's barking. You know what? Fair enough.
Yeah. So, it was kind of people were, kind of speculating on what happened. Maybe Josh did something, whatever.
Yeah, I can understand why he'd want to, back under the limelight and stuff.
Yeah,
he kind of... I get that.
He hasn't really been on the internet until about when all of this stuff happened. Right. When he did an interview with a YouTuber by the name of Swoop. An exclusive interview, which we'll get into.
I'll pretend I know who that is.
She's a commentary, she does documentaries on internet drama and stuff.
So iNabber and that kind of.
Yeah, except she's very good. If you ever want to watch,
You're saying iNabber's shit?
No, iNabber's also really good. I do really like iNabber, but Swoop has a very high production.
Oh, okay.
And she has researchers who do stuff, and she is
This is sounding very Illuminati.
She's a journalist.
This is sounding very Illuminati.
No, I know.
High quality production with a team of researchers to make videos.
Swoop actually had a music career for a really long time, and then had a bunch of stuff
under the name Swoop.
No, I could find it for you at some point. But she did music for a really long time, but then she got into a bunch of she had a bad relationship that was pretty toxic and things happened, and then she also got diagnosed with a chronic pain. So she stopped doing music and turned more into YouTube.
Okay, fair enough.
She's really great. Love her.
Okay.
Watch a lot of this is from her.
Okay.
Okay, so Colleen got divorced.
Right.
And there was also speculation that she was seeing the guy that was in the Miranda show. His name is Eric Stocklin. They got married and now have twins.
Is that her?
That's Miranda,
Oh, okay.
Or that's Colleen. I get them. I say them.
Hannah Montana.
That's Colleen, and that's her now husband.
Right. Okay.
They
not
were,
as handsome, just for that.
They were co-stars on the Miranda show.
Okay.
Then, while she was still with Josh, broke up, got divorced with Josh, and pretty quickly afterwards got together with Eric.
Okay, so probably something going on in the background there.
Probably something going on in the background there.
Okay.
So, anyways, all of this has happened.
Right.
Now, there's this one day that shit kind of goes south. Let's see, what was my next one? This is Adam.
Hello.
Adam comes out onto the internet and says, essentially, let's talk about Colleen.
Okay.
Adam was a part of a chat that Colleen ran called the Wiener Chat, I think it was called.
Okay.
Essentially, it was a bunch of underage kids.
Okay.
In a chat with Miranda and with Colleen and with Josh for a part of it and with a couple of other guys. There was a guy named Corey and there's another guy in this story. His name is Johnny, but he's a whole nother situation.
I mean, big red flag, just being with children, underage.
And it was an exclusive chat, so she chose who got to go into
see
the
that,
chat.
if it's just a Discord server kind of thing, because so many YouTubers have
it was like a WhatsApp chat kind of thing.
Yeah, so you have to get invited to that stuff. You can't just join those. Okay, that's weird.
Adam came out,
right.
And this was in 2020 that he came out to start talking about this.
Okay.
Nobody believed him.
I mean, yeah, that usually is
at all. So then he starts posting about this whole situation. There's a couple of things that happened, which is super creepy. Number one, Adam was on a live was watching one of Colleen's live streams with a guy named Corey.
Okay.
And she opened up a pair of lingerie on the stream. Because she was doing a clothing haul and showing off things.
Okay, sure.
And then she's decided that she wanted to send the lingerie to somebody. Right. So who does she decide to send it to but an underage fan?
Oh.
And mailed it to him.
Okay.
When he was he didn't even want it, but Colleen was no, he totally wants it. Oh my god, and sent him this.
I don't want this. No, you do, you want this.
Essentially, and made it this super creepy, and was I don't know what his parents are gonna think, him all of a sudden getting this lingerie from a 30-year-old
they're gonna think you're a pedophile and they're going to press charges, but anyway.
And then there was other things at cons and stuff, she was dumping all of this personal information on all these kids in the chat about her divorce and what Josh did and how dare he do this and just trauma dumping on all these underage kids.
You do that to a therapist, not kids.
Got Adam to start running the Miranda Twitter.
Okay.
And then got mad at him for posting a joke that almost got her canceled or something and blamed it all on him, even though she gave control of a Twitter account to an underage kid who was just trying to do his best and then wasn't getting paid for it.
What the fuck?
And then the worst part, I think personally, is one of the worst things. There's so much more, but I'm just kind of getting the tip of the iceberg.
I mean, the Twitter thing, I'm still trying to process, because okay, so I know a little bit about that kind of stuff, and I mean, first of all of that is wrong. None of that is what you do. But generally speaking, if it's a big person with a lot of clout and a lot of followers, whether they're famous, whether they're a company, whether they're not, whatever, that the tweets that they send out generally go through a filter system.
Yeah,
so it gets reviewed. There's a team of social media people that they have, and it can be a small team. It can be 2 or 3 people, or it can be 20, 30 people. It depends on the size of the company that they're running. But it generally goes through a filter, and you pay them, and they're over 18, and generally they have experience with that kind of stuff or have schooling of some sort, marketing.
Yeah.
Because you can go to school for marketing. That's a thing you can go to school for. So what the hell did she expect to happen?
Well, exactly, right? It's
what?
Just, why are you expecting it? And I think, he was young. He's only, 20 now.
Oh, wow. So...
He was young. He was just a baby at the time. So that happened.
16.
And then, in the chat with all of these young kids, she had subscribed to Trisha Paytas's OnlyFans. And then started sending nudes.
Why the fuck does Trisha Paytas have an OnlyFans?
Well, she does. Whatever. took Trisha Paytas' nudes and sent them in the chat to all the underage kids as a joke.
That's illegal, first of all.
Yeah.
Because if you're paying for a subscription of something, you're probably signing a contract of confidentiality and like copyright shit.
Yeah.
Like that. You can't. It's like you can't go to Netflix, download Family Guy, and then distribute it on like a torrent.
No, exactly.
Like if you get caught for that, you're gonna get good luck getting caught. But if you do get caught for that, you're going to jail.
And then like just sending that to a bunch of underage kids, like
that
14,
too is that's
14, 15-year-olds, like that's not okay.
No, that is also illegal in distributing porn to minors.
So then that happened, right?
Yeah.
So he comes out with all this stuff, and then all these other people start being like, oh yeah, when I went to the Miranda show.
The floodgates opened, yeah.
Yeah, so there was a couple of incidences that happened that I'll just touch on.
Sure.
Miranda had this joke that she was on a date, and it's always these kids who come up to do this thing, right?
Okay.
So there was like this dating segment that she did, and at one point, she had cheese balls shoved down her pants in like a container and was getting the kid to reach into her pants, grabbing cheese balls to eat. Creepy. Number two.
What?
Creepy, right?
That's so weird.
The other big one that came out was she had a couple of different segments through the show, and another one of them, there was the porn segment. So she was trying to get children to dress up provocatively to then degrade them on stage for acting like a porn star.
And this went to television?
This was all over the place, and everybody didn't see anything wrong with it.
What the hell network aired that?
Well, no. This was the tours, not the show. The tours.
Okay.
So
still bad.
Parents are taking kids to these shows.
Yeah. And
then doing that.
Somebody who has a show that's meant for children.
Yeah, so then there was this girl who, and I don't know the names of all these people, but there was this girl who had dressed up for like the porn segment to like try and get brought up on stage.
Right.
And instead got brought up for the yoga segment. So she's in like this short dress.
And a yoga segment?
Listen,
what kind of show is this?
It's crazy. It's a short dress, right?
Yeah.
And Miranda grabs her legs, splits them open, and this girl is not wearing shorts underneath, and she's just wearing this short dress.
Oh my god.
And then was like, oh, haha, and then starts making jokes as this girl is fucking mortified.
Yeah, I would be.
That her legs were just sprawled on stage while she's in this short dress.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, hey, whatever, that's fine.
What?
So anyways, all of this stuff comes out.
How is that fun?
And Adam is very vocal about this, being like, this all happened. So then what happened is we had the apology
video.
The infamous apology video.
It was just titled Hi.
Well, I know, it's such a crazy video.
That's so dumb.
So this apology video came out.
Just for the record, this apology video did not go through a PR team.
No.
There's no way in hell this hit
anyone's desk. It's also copyrighted now.
What?
The song?
The
song, yeah.
Is it on Spotify?
I think so.
You know what?
Crazy.
Actually, okay, listen. All right. Fucking awful person, clearly.
Right?
One of the worst people. But honestly, though, that's really smart.
So she sent the apology video.
Yes.
Swoop, the person that I was talking about, did like a 5-part series.
Holy crap.
On everything that happened, and interviewed like Adam, interviewed Johnny, which we won't even get into, that's a whole nother thing.
Okay.
And interviewed Josh, which was the first time that he came back onto the internet.
Yes, the handsome fellow, yes.
To be like, yeah, so this is my life, what my life was like when I was with Colleen.
I assume it was pure torture.
So he admitted that he had done some very inappropriate things and it was not okay.
Okay.
He apparently did some, not okay things.
Right.
We're not going to get into that.
Okay.
He then told about the fact that Colleen cheated on him with this guy.
The Eric guy?
Yes.
Okay.
And she's very manipulative.
I can see that.
And she tends to get her way with people. And so there was this whole video of him being like, yeah, no, she's kind of a terrible person and I didn't want to, I felt like I had to stay in that marriage. And then only when he found out that
manipulating and gaslighting and such. Yeah.
Very much. Okay. So then Colleen was off of the internet for 6 months.
Yes.
But right when ad revenue would have dropped and she would have had to get upped on her ad revenue.
Which is a giant pain. Have been there.
She started posting vlogs again and never addressed it. And now she's just back on the internet.
So she released the apology video,
Yeah.
the high,
Yeah.
and then left,
Yeah.
and then randomly came back. Is she still getting views?
Not as much.
I was gonna say, like, her viewership has to have tanked.
Yeah, it has tanked for sure. But yeah, essentially in like the apology video, she says that like she was lonely and that's why she was talking to fans, but she didn't actually do anything wrong. And
I'm sorry, but no, you did do wrong things.
Yeah.
There are many people that have said you do wrong things. There's apparently a live show that you did that hundreds, presumably, people saw you do wrong things.
Yeah. So she essentially says that everybody's blowing everything out of proportion. And JoJo Siwa was friends with Colleen and still is.
Yeah, didn't she defend her?
Yes, she did. Yeah. So, because JoJo was actually underage when she first met Colleen and did lots of videos with Miranda. But she was also super inappropriate with JoJo. So JoJo's like, I didn't feel uncomfortable, so I don't know why anybody would.
But JoJo's also, messed up in her own way for that.
But JoJo has a lot of stuff that's happened in her life, and we'll get into that.
Oh yeah.
But it still doesn't change the fact that these people went through a bunch of shit, and Colleen is wrong for it.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. That's messed up. Like, wow. Okay.
So that's kind of where Colleen ends.
Right. Okay.
That's Colleen for you. Any questions?
No. How does she? Okay. Did she ever get charged for any of it?
Nope.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
She is still on the internet and fine.
I was gonna say, you think YouTube would remove the monetization of her channel by that point because
And it was everywhere.
Yeah. No, I know it was everywhere. I remember the apology video. I didn't remember what she did, but I at least kind of knew some of it when the apology video came out because that was everywhere, and everybody was parodying it and all this kind of stuff.
Because it's hilarious.
The fact that she copywrote it though, and then released it as a song, and that's making her money, both infuriates me. Because people were making, also fucking genius.
Well, she was making fun of people are making fun of it, right?
And of course they are.
So then she could copyright strike all of those.
And
get them taken down.
Okay, so not a business decision but more of a shut up everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Not smart anymore.
Okay, so that's Colleen for you. So now we're gonna get into the 8-passenger family.
This is the one I know by far the least about.
Okay, so just before I go on to it,
they look like one of those TLC Christian family shows. Yeah. What the hell's the one with the Duggards?
The Duggars? The 19 Kids in County?
Yeah,
or
that
21
one.
Kids in County?
Where the family now is broken up because half the kids hate them.
Well, and because the eldest son got arrested.
Yeah, I know a couple of them got arrested.
Josh did.
A couple of them just split off and were like, fuck that noise. And
there's a whole lot.
Didn't one of them come up with a book or a documentary or something about it?
Well, there's the Happy Shiny People documentary on Amazon. It's crazy.
Because a couple of the kids were a part of that, making that, and we're like,
Jill, one of the eldest daughters, who got taken advantage of by Josh.
Isn't she gay?
No, she's with her husband.
Oh, okay. I thought
there is one that is.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I thought there was conversation about that because they're super Christian.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is not about them.
No. So just before I go on, I don't condone putting children's faces on the internet.
I agree.
But they are so wide. I literally just Google searched this, and it came up, and that is the only reason why I have their faces on it.
Yeah, no, people know what they look like.
And same with their names. I was gonna not put their names, but also, it is everywhere, so it's honestly, but, in general, if I were to have children, I'm not putting their faces all over the internet. I'm not putting, their personal information all over the internet until they consent. Just want to point that out. The only reason why I'm doing it is because they are very widely already known. So.
Yeah, it's a little different when they're already famous.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so the 8-passenger family is a family vlog channel.
Okay, yes, I hate
which
those.
We already fucking hate.
I hate that crap.
We hate it. Okay, so this is Kevin, and this is Ruby.
Okay.
So they're married.
They both
obviously.
They both look like they definitely berate Walmart cashiers for fun.
I mean, you're not. Right?
As a side hobby, they just go into random, Target and Kmart. They just get kicked out of them all because they scream at people.
Yeah. So it is Ruby's channel. The 8-Passengers channel was started by Ruby.
Okay. And
it's essentially mostly about her day-to-day life with her children and her parenting styles.
Right, garbage.
Yeah, so it's a lot about her being, and she uses the excuse a lot of, I use the camera to keep myself in control.
Well, which
is such a bad thing to say.
I need a very large red flag right now. Very large.
Where's
the TikTok guy? The red flag and green flag guy? This is red flag to the extreme.
Yeah, so that's like one of the things that she says a lot, that she uses the camera to keep herself in control from doing things to her children.
Go to therapy.
Right? It's crazy. Okay. So these are the children. There's 6 of them. This is their ages today.
Just for the record, that's too many kids. I just want to point that out.
Yeah. So the eldest is Sherry. She's 21, and she's like like she helped get her siblings out of this situation.
Good for her.
And then the other big one that we'll be talking about is Chad.
Hi, Chad.
Chad was, quote unquote, the problem child of the family and got a big brunt of these punishments that we're going to talk about.
Right, because he didn't want to be on camera, I'd imagine. He was a teenager. He's 19, so he's going through teenager things.
And then...
Oh my god, a normal child.
The bottom 2 kids...
Yes.
I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, are the 2 that were found in the house.
Oh, yes.
So, Russell and Eve. And Russell, I'm pretty sure, is the one that went and found the neighbor.
Yes, because I know it was one of the younger ones.
Yeah, it's the 2 younger ones. Yeah. Okay, so we've understood this.
What about the middle 2?
The middle 2, they're not really... Like, they did definitely get a bunch of these punishments, but, like, they weren't at the house. So they're just kind of there. They're... Okay. But they did definitely deal with a bunch of this at this point. Yeah.
They're just like
they're just
side characters.
In the very short time that I have to explain things on it, like there's nothing that I need to tell you for you to understand.
All right,
Does that make sense?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So the other
what in the evangelical preacher on a Sunday morning like side fucking channel that you have to subscribe to, and not through your cable provider either. You have to like buy it through like a third party kind of thing. How do I seed today, ma'am? How do I buy you another jet?
So this is Jody Hildebrand.
She sounds like an evangelical preacher.
Jody Hildebrand is I'm going to put some quotes here, consultant or a counselor. That usually works through the Mormon Church.
Oh, yeah, I was right. She's religious.
To help people through the Mormon Church get closer to their religion or something like that.
Oh, no, you want far out of that church.
Listen. I might not get all of the specifics of this correctly, but I'm going to get the gist of it.
Right.
Okay, so she essentially has her own business. It's called Connections. And her and Ruby, I think this is the next one, do this thing called Connections.
That's how they spelled it?
Yes.
I hate that.
Yeah, you can even see it at the top there.
It's awful.
So, these 2, it started with Jody, but Ruby joined.
Right.
And it is all about, now let me remember this correctly.
Why do all these like religious shows on the internet or on TV, why are their sets so boring? And there's always a kitchen in the background. Yeah. They're on a bland couch that they bought at the most bland possible furniture store ever. Like, the store was just called Furnitures R Us.
Yeah.
And then they always have a really bad fake plant. And then they got, like, 2 books there that I assume are probably religious stuff.
So, essentially,
that they'll pick up and show to the camera, like, at some point. They'll be like, and this is my book that I wrote myself about my journey towards God. And it's not even, like, good.
No.
There are great books about people's journey through religion and stuff like that, both positive and negative.
Yeah.
I can guarantee you neither of those books are one of them.
No, because a lot of it that they were teaching was essentially that people are like living in I don't remember exactly what they
sin.
Not really, kind of. Essentially, that like in.
So if I masturbate, they're mad at me.
Well, no. Listen. It's like
specifically them.
Oh my gosh!
Because I want to know the answer. It's gonna make things just way better.
They're essentially like living in what's the word when you lie? I forget the word. Anyways.
What?
Okay, listen. I'm trying to like think of the word that they use. Anyways.
Okay.
But
get in the comments and tell me what word they use.
I've completely blanked. Anyways. But they essentially are like, there's a problem with you if you have these certain feelings or thoughts.
Oh, okay. So
you need to fix yourself, and you need to figure out why you're thinking
the very typical anti-gay religious rhetoric stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So, but then they would also do things like they would say that about their children. So if your child, let's say, misbehaved, it's because they are trying to control you, and you can't let them have control. Therefore, you need to like essentially take that control away from them, and by doing that, they mean by taking food, taking
What?
water,
What?
taking like any basic necessities away from them, taking social lives away from them, taking anything to essentially break them to the point that they'll listen to
you. Take their Xbox away for like a day if they're misbehaving.
They don't even have that.
You take their, I don't know, their Lego or something.
No, it's so. There's been, I think one of the videos that you've probably seen is about Ruby getting a call from her youngest teacher.
Yes.
About how she doesn't have a lunch, and that she was hoping that he would bring her one. And so Ruby said, no, the consequences is she is responsible for packing her lunch. At this point, her daughter was 6.
Yeah, no, that's too young.
Her daughter was responsible for packing her own lunch.
No, not at 6.
And that this is a natural consequence, and that sucks. She better do better next time.
I'm sorry, but a 6-year-old is not old enough. You can say you have to come and help mom make lunch and stuff so that I know what you want, and you can like teach them that independence of like, you can, cut your sandwich in half. You can, you can take the carrots and put them in your Tupperware.
There's the Montessori way where people like parents do have like mini kitchens for their kids to cook in.
That would be fine too.
But also, it's when the child wants to, not when they have to.
Yeah,
it's like, you want to do that, great.
But either way, like if you're saying that the child is responsible in any capacity at all for the lunch, it would be a parent-child relationship thing.
Yeah.
You would do it with them to help build that independence.
Yeah.
So that later on, when they're older and then like say like middle school or high school, then they know what they're doing and you've taught them that skill.
Yeah.
Because it is a skill.
Oh, absolutely.
And it is something that needs to be taught to them, absolutely. But they're not responsible for it. If something happens and you fucked up and forgot, that is not on the child. That is on you as the parent at
100%.
that age. At like 16 in high school and stuff, a little bit different, but not at 6.
No, exactly.
Not at 6.
So there's that. There was another clip, and so I would like to point out that she posted all of this on YouTube. Like everything that I'm going to talk about was posted on YouTube on her channel that she edited and uploaded herself. So, okay, just keep that in mind.
The brain cells have left.
Another thing that she did...
Look at that face.
Was her 6-year-old...
Right.
Was supposed to go to preschool.
Okay,
But apparently her kid got mad every time she tried to wake her up. Right?
Okay, again, typical kid.
So then
I also hated getting up in the morning.
So then she decided that if she didn't want to wake up on her own time, that she didn't get to go to preschool and wouldn't wake her up. And then her kid got upset because she wanted to go to preschool. And she's like, well, it's your responsibility to wake up. I'm not waking you up. Like, you eventually got up, and one of her older daughters was like, no, I woke her up because she doesn't know how to get up herself. Like, she needs help with that.
Yeah, because she's too young?
Yeah, she's too young to be able to regulate her own sleep schedule. Like, you need to kind of help her with that.
Yeah.
So there was that. And then Chad. We talked about Chad, right?
Yes.
So Chad was definitely the quote-unquote trouble child of the
So he was normal is what you're telling me.
Yeah. So there was one point where she took his bedroom away from him. His whole bedroom.
How does that work? He
had to sleep on a beanbag chair in the living room.
Oh my god, his back.
Because... And are you ready to hear why?
Yeah, okay. Let's see Did he do drugs and deal drugs in the house? Did he, try to kill his sister?
No.
Okay, well, there's no other real good reasons to do that, then.
He, one day, woke up his youngest brother and told him that they were going to Disneyland. And his younger brother packed up all the stuff and waited by the front door, and he played it as a joke. And so his bedroom got taken away for 7 months for doing that.
Okay, 2 things on that. First of all, kind of funny.
Funny.
Second of all, fair enough for being like, hey, Chad, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Because your brother's super upset now.
Yeah.
Because you told him we were going to goddamn Disney.
Yeah.
Which, somebody told me that and then said, actually, haha, no, I'd be pretty upset about it.
Yeah.
So sure, ground him, again, take away, like, some, like Xbox or something. Make him do, like, an extra, like, some sort of harder chore or something. Help dad out. doing car repair, or
Yeah,
something he doesn't
something.
enjoy to do
Mm-hmm.
that will teach him the lesson of, hey, maybe I shouldn't do that again.
Yeah.
Taking away his bedroom doesn't make any sense.
And the thing
that is
too,
so. That is like somebody like screamed at you in a parking lot that you're a piece of shit or something. You're parked bad,
yeah,
and then your immediate reaction is shooting them in the face with a 12 gauge.
yeah,
Like that is so. The scale there
yeah,
it makes no sense.
And like as somebody who's worked with children,
yes,
9 times out of 10, when children do shit like that, it's because there's something else going on in their life that they don't have control over. Yeah. So maybe look at that and be like, why is my child getting in trouble? Let's talk. Like, let's figure this out.
Yeah, let's find out why they want to do this in the first place.
So she also posted that on her YouTube channel. Another thing she posted on her YouTube channel is she made Chad sleep outside in a sleeping bag for a couple days.
Did it rain?
I think it was like fall, so it wasn't warm.
Yeah, burr.
And he was like, this is the worst thing that's ever happened to me. And then another thing is she sent him away to one of those like teen rehabilitation camps.
Oh, those things are garbage.
That like they work like 10 hours in like the sweltering hot.
They're essentially work camps.
Yeah, so she sent him away to one of those to essentially get control back over him or whatever.
All that's gonna do is make him more mad.
Yeah.
At you as a parent. That stuff does not work.
No.
Like that's why like conversion therapy camps were banned in Canada. Because they don't work. They just make the person that you sent off hate you more.
Yeah.
Because you did that to
them. So she was doing all that, right?
Yeah, okay.
She's also been doing connections with Jody.
Right. The preacher woman, yes.
The preacher woman, yeah. So Jody actually had a niece that ended up staying with her for a while. Yeah. Against their will. Yeah. And was essentially tortured into breaking and confessing to things that she never actually did. And like, because apparently she was a problem child at
torture
home.
Doesn't work.
But things like she had to have control over her niece to the point where she wasn't allowed to talk to anybody unless Jody consented to her talking to them. Like even out in public, she would be sent like put somewhere and to do things until she confessed for all these things that she never did. Because if she didn't confess to them, the shit would still happen over and over and over and continue and continue and continue.
Oh my god.
So awful stuff, right?
Yeah, pretty bad.
We get to the video of the kid who goes to this neighbor.
The neighbor's house, yes.
Yes, Russell. I'm pretty sure it was Russell.
Yeah.
Goes to this neighbor's house and says, "Can I please have something to eat? Can you please can you take me to a police station? I need to get my sister out." The police come, and lo and behold, they show up at Jody Hildebrand's house.
Right.
So not Ruby's, but Jody's.
Right, okay, so Jody was looking after them.
Jody was looking after them, but around his wrists and his ankles was duct tape, and he was so malnourished they could see his ribs.
That does not happen. How long did Jody have them for?
Well, so apparently, like, Ruby and Jody had both, like, been doing all of this stuff.
Yeah,
and so,
yeah.
But I don't know how long Jody had them specifically.
Right, because, like, you can't just do that in a couple of days to see a kid's ribs like that.
This is, like,
months and weeks.
Yeah, this is kind of the stuff that, like, they were trying to get control over the children, so this is what they do.
Yeah.
So there was the kid, he went and told everybody, he said, my sister's in the house still.
Yeah.
And they couldn't find the sister anywhere.
Right.
Until they looked in a closet, and there was a child with a shaven head.
Right.
Sitting cross-legged in the middle of a pitch black closet.
Good lord.
And that child refused to talk to anybody.
Yeah, no,
and like
fair.
Even though they were like, hey, like you can come out, she would not move. They offered her food, they would not move.
Yeah, she has no trust of any adult.
She was so traumatized.
Because she has no trust of any adult. Because
not at all.
What adults have done to her.
Yeah, so they finally got her out of the closet.
Right.
And then these two were arrested.
Oh, those are great.
And so essentially
I love people's mugshots when they look like when they're terrible people because they always just look like shit.
They do. They really do. So Jody and Ruby were both arrested. Good. And now you might be wondering, what about Kevin?
Yeah,
the husband.
Yeah, what the hell? Yeah. There is a husband.
Apparently, according to Kevin, Kevin and Ruby got divorced because Jody essentially got them separated because he was forced into, like, admitting to a bunch of things that he never did, like having like a porn addiction and stuff like that.
Okay.
And so then Kevin decided he wanted out of the situation.
I mean, fair enough. Okay, it's fair, yeah.
But there's like also some other speculation that he was actually a part of everything that was happening, but that was the out to keep the children. Because there's been some phone calls between Ruby and Kevin in the jail, which people always forget that those are recorded.
Yeah, they're recorded. Of course they're recorded.
But like, I don't remember exactly, but there was some very suspicious conversations between the two that kind of points towards that maybe it was kind of a ploy. That he would admit that they were getting divorced and separated, and that he wasn't actually a part of the abuse, but to keep the children.
Please tell me the kids are not with him right now.
I actually don't know.
Okay.
Right now, I haven't looked into it, but anyways.
And obviously, the two oldest could go their separate ways of
so
parents
Sherry,
if they want.
Sherry,
because they're over 18.
Yeah, Sherry is like apparently like helping. The last time I checked was like making sure that the kids were okay and everything.
Right. Yeah.
And I think the kids went and took foster care, but they were with Kevin for a while, so I don't know. Yeah. Anyways, they were both charged with like 8 counts of child abuse.
Yeah, I should be more than that, but sure.
But the limit of how much they can sentence them for was 30 years.
Ah, okay.
So they each have 30 years.
Right.
So now that Frankie is Ruby is now in jail, she is saying that Jody manipulated her into doing all of this stuff.
Absolutely not. No. You do not get to play that card. Absolutely not.
No.
If that was starting to happen, you tell Jody to go fuck right off, and you call the cops on Jody or whatever you have to do.
Yeah.
You get her the hell. Your children are your priority.
Yeah.
And if they get to the point where the people that finally find them and free them can see their ribs, and one of them is so terrified of adults they won't come out of a closet.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That is absolutely not acceptable.
Yeah, there's so much more that happened, but like.
They both deserve to rot in jail.
No,
I mean, to be fair, going to a woman's jail as child abusers, you are not going to last very long in Gen Pop. No. They will move them to like the secluded part, and they will most likely die in that prison because like they don't look old, but they don't look young. 30 years, they're going to be at least in their late 60s. I figure. Yeah. Like Jody especially looks like she's at least 40.
Yeah.
So 30 years is 70. So. Yeah. I can hope they'll die in prison.
I'm thankful that they at least got charged because a lot of times
and max penalty too.
They like a lot of things happen on the internet and it never comes to anything.
There's a lot of stuff.
So thankfully, at least they did get time, and they are like
and
paying for their
a significant amount of time. Not enough, but a significant amount of time.
Yeah, so that's at least positive. So that's the end of them.
Okay.
How you feeling, buddy?
I mean, holy crap! See, like all of those. I have never heard of one of those family bloggers ending well. Do you remember Daddy of 5?
Yeah, that's a whole situation.
Like those
I've watched multiple.
That family, these people.
There's Ren. Have you ever heard of Ren?
The British singer?
No.
Oh, thank God, because I really like that.
No. Ren and Eleanor. Oh, that's a whole nother situation.
Yeah, but you see what I mean?
So
like
sad.
They're all bad.
Yeah.
They're all really bad.
So bad.
Like. Gross.
It's okay, because we're gonna end on a lighter note.
Oh, okay. Oh, the goofy one.
Oh no!
Oh
no! Ah! 1 minute. Oh no! There we go.
Okay.
JoJo,
hello, the JoJo that's before she looked like Kiss, and
this is like the JoJo that everybody knows.
I was gonna say that is the Disney Channel.
This JoJo. Is Nickelodeon. She was never on Disney. She's on Nickelodeon.
She could be on either one.
Yeah, it's true. Okay, so JoJo Siwa. JoJo Siwa was on.
Is that her mom?
No, Abby Lee Dance Company or Dance Moms.
Right.
This is Abby, so she was the dance instructor.
Right.
And then there's JoJo.
Isn't she a piece of shit?
She is an awful human being.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah. So JoJo started on this show, which is like such a bad place to start because it was a very toxic.
But all those like kid shows that have to do with them, like. Just kid shows, kid reality shows.
Yeah, it's so bad.
Because like Toddlers and Tiaras is also one of the worst things on television.
Oh yeah.
Clearly, this is also just as bad.
No, it's really bad, and like the crazy thing is, and I think that JoJo is just so into it.
Yeah.
That she actually thanks Abby for what she's done for her in these years, which is crazy, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, so JoJo and her mom was on here. There was a lot of drama that happened on here, and she eventually left.
Right.
Because like there was just a lot, and it's not a healthy thing to be on. Anyways, so once she was on Dance Moms, she actually moved to like Nickelodeon,
which is
like,
its own nightmare.
where she went to like Boomerang, and she did like all of those shows, and like she sold everything, and you could get everything JoJo at like Claire's.
Claire's, yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
Claire's,
so this is where JoJo kind of started. She started like doing a lot of YouTube stuff. Yeah, like that's where she was like. She was
like the opposite of Justin Bieber.
Mm-hmm.
She was famous for TV first, and then
and then like, famous. But like there was like things like where like on her car she like put her face all over her first car, and like she went on like James Charles and Miranda. She like went into all
these very problematic people.
Yeah, so this is where she kind of grew up. So like you can kind of see.
Maybe she's a disease.
Also, her mom is her manager.
Which is, just for the record, a terrible idea. Yeah. Don't mix family and business unless it's like a grass cutting company or something. Like when it comes to entertainment business or a business where there's like the potential for either no money or all the money. Yeah. Don't work with family outside of like one thing here or there. Don't have them on your payroll.
No. Like her mom does like everything for her. Like all of her outfits.
Isn't she like 25 now?
She's 21 now.
Okay.
All of her outfits are made by her mom.
That says a lot.
So it's like super crazy. Anyways, so this is JoJo for you, right. Okay? So JoJo also went on Dancing with the Stars. Okay, fair. And she refused to go on it unless she could have a female partner.
You know what? Progressive.
So everybody was like, actually, that's pretty cool. That's really good, great. Yeah.
And like, that dress and stuff
because
really
she also came out as gay.
Yes, yeah. I knew
she is gay, and that's why she refused to have anything but a female partner.
You know what? Yeah, that's fair. Progressive. So, I like that. Very good.
She was definitely
fighting the man. You know,
yeah, she was making strides.
Like that.
She was like got away from like the up in a ponytail kind of look and kind of went for a more relaxed but still brightly colored outfits and aesthetic.
Sure.
Did like like Boomerang and like was still had like a career. She's really moving towards like YouTube and TikTok and everything.
Her career and stuff is what she's doing is evolving. That's natural.
Yeah.
And very smart when you are with the internet because it's so fickle and fast. You need to evolve. So that's smart. So far, good stories.
Right.
Overall.
So then she did a show.
Right.
Called JoJo's Pop.
That's the OMG Pop. Is that?
Yeah, so essentially it was a show to make a dance crew called XOMG Pop.
Okay.
And it was kind of like one of the it was kind of like Dancing with the Stars or something where they had to go do all these things to see who could be a part of XOMG Pop. Whoever won got to be a part of the group. Okay. Whatever.
Sure, yeah.
So it was done.
Are very popular.
It was done by her and her mom. Were like the hosts of it or whatever. Is that her
mom there in the back?
Yeah, that's her mom. And so it was this group of girls. They did all this stuff. Sure. Anyways, so this girl over here named Leah.
Hello, Leah.
Has spina bifida.
Oh yes, okay.
Yeah, so she is like super talented. She was like doing all this stuff. Yeah. But she had spina bifida.
Okay.
And
good for her for dancing outside.
Right, super crazy. So one of the things that came out by Leah a couple years later after this was that during the show there were some really poor working environments.
Yeah, that tracks.
Lots of like, there was a lot of things that were promised that they didn't get. There was a lot of like really long working hours. And one of the things is that Leah had to have a spinal surgery.
Okay, well, yeah. That makes sense. My first spinal bifida and then that age, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And a few weeks after she had this surgery,
which I imagine takes months to recover,
JoJo told her she had to come back on the show or else.
You just had spinal surgery.
Yeah.
That is not like a minor. That is not having your appendix out.
No, it was a big surgery. So Leah went back and started dancing 10 hours a day.
Oh my god, that's no.
And then she started like bleeding out of her belly button and stuff because she was not doing well. And JoJo was like, "Oh, whatever, just like."
Oh my god.
Allegedly, but
yeah, allegedly.
So there was all this stuff, and then all of these other girls were like coming out being like, we were dancing for like 10 hours a day, and it was like super hot. There was like no AC, like we were like people were getting
have AC,
like things like that where it was just not going well.
Right.
So all of this stuff came out, and so JoJo was kind of being hated on for it, right?
Yeah, I mean, rightfully so.
And so then there was all these things getting posted on TikTok from her,
right,
about how this big change is coming.
Okay.
And then we got...
Oh my god, it's Kiss.
We got this outfit.
That is an awful outfit, I just want to point out.
So, she is in...
missing a tooth? Or is that
no,
her tongue?
it's her tongue.
Oh, okay.
So, she then came out...
front teeth.
No.
It looks like...
She came out in JoJo's new era.
Okay.
Where she apparently wasn't... So this is what's really confusing. So she said that she was coming out because she is like an adult now, when it was right before her 21st birthday.
Right, because in America that's when you're an adult.
Yeah, but she was also not signed to Nickelodeon for a really long time before that.
Yeah.
So everybody was like, this doesn't add up to why you're all of a sudden making this huge change.
Yeah.
But she's like, everything's gonna be different, and she was like, swearing and stuff for like the first time because she was very PG.
Didn't she have an interview with somebody she was like, I'm a bad girl, and they're like, what did you do? And she's like, she smoked weed one time.
Yeah, that was with Joey Graceffa.
I plan on doing weed later.
Oh, yeah?
So, I am a bad guy. I'm a bad boy.
So, anyway,
I'm 30.
she came out with this outfit, which her mom made.
Okay, I hate it. I'm not a fashionista by any means, and I hate it.
People were like, oh, wow, it's very, Kiss Gene Simmons vibes.
Yeah, very Kiss.
She doesn't know who that is.
Oh, I mean...
But people also pointed out that it's still very JoJo.
Well, her mom did the outfit, right?
Yeah.
Her mom knows who Kiss is.
Well, yeah.
It's very obvious.
The outfit is still very JoJo, just monochrome, because look at all the fucking rhinestones on it.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
It's an outfit.
Yeah, so then she was like, I'm coming out with, my new era. This is my new era.
Okay.
And then she came out with Karma's a Bitch and Ready Player One.
Are those ones where she, humps somebody aggressively?
Yes.
Okay.
So,
the gay pop thing.
She's talking about how she wrote these new songs and this is going to be a big thing for her.
I doubt she wrote them.
Well, she didn't.
Yeah.
There's this girl, I don't remember, I think her name is Brittany.
Sure.
She wrote Karma's a Bitch in 2010.
Okay.
2010, 20... Right. Anyways, she wrote it. It was pitched to Miley Cyrus to pick up.
Oh, okay.
Miley declined it.
Okay.
And so it's just been sitting there.
Right,
so then people pitched it to JoJo, and then JoJo picked it up.
Ah.
But she kept saying that she wrote the song.
I love that. Isn't that why people are hating on Jennifer Lopez right now?
I don't know. I don't know anything. I don't listen to celebrity drama. I listen to internet drama.
I just see things where J-Lo's concerts are not attended by anybody, and she said to cancel her tour.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, people are mad about it. Anyway.
Yeah. Okay. So JoJo. So then she was coming out on all these interviews, being like, "I never said that I wrote it." Even though she did.
I love the backtracking.
She's like, I just bought the song and then now am I performing it. And she also claims that she's not a singer, she's an artist.
Okay.
Because
that is some sovereign citizen
because
shit.
She can't actually sing.
I wasn't driving, I was traveling.
Yeah, no, it's very much like that. So she's always yeah, no, I didn't write the song. I bought it and I'm not a singer, I'm an artist. Because everybody was like, you can't sing. And she's like, I know. She's like, I'm not classically trained.
I know.
Because she's an awful singer. And she has damaged vocal cords.
Yeah, I remember.
Which is fine.
And she had to have AI
I don't
editing to her voice or something to.
Do you know what's also really funny? Allegedly, at one of the showings of her song, that she was out at a bar, showing the song or something.
Sure.
I don't know. They played the original version by Britney and not by actually JoJo.
Wow, which I bet was better.
It was.
Yeah.
And she's actually been going to a bunch of prides recently, and people have been booing her off the stage and stuff.
Wow.
So she's saying that she's coming out to this new era, how she invented gay pop.
Okay, I mean,
how all these things.
So here's the thing. Okay, two things.
Go off.
Two things there.
Go off.
One, you can't people and entertainers and things absolutely go through different eras. And in fact, you know what? You can look at Miley Cyrus as a very good example.
Yeah, Miley Cyrus is
very good example. She went from the Disney Hannah Montana thing, and then she dropped Hannah Montana and did Miley Cyrus, but still kind of Disney.
Yeah.
And then she completely went and did her own thing and stuff. Wrecking Ball, that kind of stuff. But the thing is you can follow
And
that.
now she's very tamed today. She's tamed
very,
down.
She's tamed down, but she's still very much a feminist kind of icon.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And she definitely pushes the envelope still, which is fine. Whatever.
Which is great.
That's not
it's
what
very
I'm getting.
it's a little bit more like Lady Gaga.
Yeah, Lady Gaga, like
envelope.
90s Madonna, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Pushing that envelope. Anyway, but her era movement is very natural to who she is. It's very natural to the progression of her life. It's very natural to things that happened to her and stuff like that. It's this natural progression that you can follow, and you look back and you're like, this all makes a lot of sense. You cannot force that. You cannot just say, I'm doing a new era now, and instead of being, the Claire's mascot, I'm now the Hot Topic mascot.
Yeah.
You can't just do that. You cannot force it like that. It doesn't work.
No.
It just looks desperate. 2, gay pop invention is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
She did backtrack on that.
Okay.
She said that she's bringing light to gay pop.
Okay, again, also still stupid, and for the same reasons, because there are 2 people that you can look at. One of them is not the best person, but doesn't matter, still was in that light, and that is Adam Lambert.
Yeah, Adam Lambert.
Adam Lambert, very much so in that space, in that realm, and if you were going to say modern gay pop and stuff, he definitely was one of the forefronts. But you can go farther back than that.
Queen?
No.
Elton John?
Elton John is not so much. I'm more thinking David Bowie.
Oh, David Bowie. I was getting there.
Because David Bowie, like, if I look at that fucking picture, if I put blue in there instead of the black, I see David Bowie.
Yeah.
And David Bowie, like, absolutely was in that forefront of, like, gay rock, gay pop.
Yeah.
For sure. May he rest in peace.
Oh, I love David Bowie.
So, like, saying you're the inventor or you're bringing light to it is bullshit.
Yeah.
Because there are already artists, dozens of them that have done that before. You can even argue, like, Brennan Urie with Panic at the Disco.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
He's not gay, but
he's definitely pushing the envelope of
you
gender,
can tell
which is
that's
like
what he's trying. The audience he's going for. Like, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And there's lots of bands that have followed that example over the years that you can definitely look into, both big and small.
Yeah.
So absolutely not, JoJo. You can say that you are, like, pushing envelopes and stuff like that, and you can make different claims, sure, but saying you straight up invented it or bringing light to it is wrong.
No. So that's why she's being hated right now, is because she's claiming a bunch of things and then backtracking and then being like, well, this, and then backtracking and then being like, well, this. Yeah. So that's it.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
See,
TED Talk.
Yeah, see, I put the TED Talk.
Allegedly TED Talk.
Allegedly.
Don't sue me.
I also put the Minions on there just for you.
Ah, I love Minions. They're great.
So that's my internet drama.
That's beautiful.
For you.
Thank you so much.
I tried to keep it short, but I didn't keep it short.
We're about an hour. That's fine. It's fine.
I was gonna do 6 of them, so I'm really glad that I paired it.
We can do a part 2.
Yeah, I've got more. I've got more I can talk about.
We can definitely do a part 2.
What did you think?
Fantastic, brilliant.
Did I do okay?
You did great. I learned a lot.
Did you actually?
Yes. No, I did. Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah, I learned a lot. I'm informed now. The family of 8 thing, the 8 passengers. Holy
There's so many. There's so many.
Because, like, Ballinger I kind of knew, Jojo Siwa I kind of knew.
That's why I kind of tried to sandwich it in the middle because it was going to be a big one.
Like, with those 2 I kind of knew what was going on there and I knew what was coming. And, like, while Colleen Ballinger's thing is horrible and horrifying, it's not like, it's harmful, but it's not, like, harmful, you know what I mean?
It's not
like, it's a terrible thing, and she should be punished for it. She should be off of the internet. She shouldn't be allowed to make content and stuff anymore. Absolutely. Maybe charges, don't know. I don't know how far any of that went, but at least she didn't, like, physically harm somebody or outside of the stage thing with doing that which is sexual assault.
There's so many.
That's as far as it went.
Like I said, that was just the tip of the iceberg. There was so much.
But, like, the 8 passengers, like, those 2 kids, if you could see the ribs like that, could have died.
Yeah.
Straight up could have died of malnourishment.
Yeah.
Like, which is awful.
Yeah.
And horrifying.
Yeah.
And doing stuff to, like, Chad and stuff. Like, that is not how you raise children.
No.
Look, I don't buy into the whole, like, people saying, like, I have a degree in, like, child psychology, so I'm going to tell you how to parent your kids.
No.
Absolutely not. each kid is different, and you're going to parent them differently, and that is okay. And what is not okay is abuse, both physical and mental, malnourishment, stuff like that. Like torturing them to confess to things they never even did. Yeah. Taking away their like basic needs, that kind of stuff.
So awful.
Yeah, that's not okay.
And to think that she was okay with just posting all that too.
Yeah, like how would you think that would end?
I don't know.
What is going? You're like, you know what?
It was crazy.
They're going to all agree with me that taking away his bedroom was the best plan, and that I'm the best parent, and oh my gosh, and blah 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 blah, and Jesus Christ and Mormons and stuff.
It's crazy too because so many people called in wellness checks on those children for years and nothing happened.
Well, I mean, look, ACAB, okay, like straight up, they only did something because one of the kids like came and did stuff and said stuff. Like, of course they did because cops are fucking stupid. Like,
so, well. Not all internet drama's fun, but it's interesting.
It's definitely interesting.
You can see why I get into it.
I cannot say I'm not interested. So, I mean,
I'll always watch internet drama documentaries with you if you ever want.
Sure.
And Amber's got like a 6-hour documentary on
Jesus
on
Christ.
Alphaba, so
oh my god,
that's a whole nother situation.
I've heard things. Yeah, I don't know fully about that one, but
no, that one's a lot.
Yeah, well, I believe.
I mean, 6 hours worth of content.
That's a lot of content to talk about one person. So
yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah,
but. Wow. Okay, well, there you go.
Awesome. Well, thank you.
That's my little thing.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
That was very informative.
I'm glad. I hope you liked my my PowerPoint.
It was great. The PowerPoint was fantastic.
I'm glad you liked it.
The only thing it's missing is like Clippy.
Oh, I was trying to also get the really obnoxious word art. But, they don't have it anymore.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Right? And I was also trying to get, like, the weird stickers, too.
Oh, yeah, I remember those.
I was going to try and animate it, so it, like, all went shoom in, but I was like, no. I don't have time for this shit.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
No, it was very informative. Thank you so much.
No, of course.
For coming on. I don't know who we're going to have on next time.
I was about to ask you, what's the next one?
You know what? I don't know yet. There's a few people I'm planning on asking, and then we're going to get some, hopefully some stuff in the tubes, and I can record multiple. In like the span of a few days, but we'll see what happens with that. But until next time, thank you so much for listening and or watching. Again, if the video worked or not, or if you're on YouTube or not. And we'll see you with another learning time. Hopefully less
learning time.
Learning time.
The time for learning.
The time for learning
is now.
Very soon. With somebody else's hyperfixation, where we can learn about whatever they are hyperfixated on. Thank you so much for listening. And, we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Bye!